Northumberland County School Board convened a closed meeting on this date pursuant to an affirmative recorded vote and in accordance with the provision of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act. And whereas Section 2.2.3712D of the Code of Virginia requires a certification that to the best of each member's knowledge, one, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements by Virginia law were discussed in the closed meeting, which this certification applies. And two, only such public business matters as were identified in the motion covering the closed meetings were heard, discussed, or considered. I certify.
Madam Clerk, can you call the board?
Ms. Christopher?
Present.
I certify.
I certify.
Ms. O'Beer?
I certify.
Dr. Davis?
I certify.
Dr. Curran?
I certify.
Dr. Crockett?
I certify.
Please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. The first item on the agenda is nominations for the school board chair.
Madam Superintendent, I nominate Dave Curran for school board chair.
Is there a second?
I second.
Discussion.
Any discussion?
Vote. Call.
Madam Clerk, will you call the roll for the vote, please?
Mrs. Christopher?
I certify.
No.
No, yes or no, Betty?
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yes or no? Okay, yeah. Yes.
Ms. O'Beer?
Yes.
Dr. Davis?
Yes.
Dr. Curran?
Yes.
Dr. Crockett?
Yes.
Congratulations, Dr. Curran. I'm going to turn this meeting over to you.
Okay. We're going to move to the vice chair position. Do I hear a nomination for a vice chair? I'm going to nominate Dr. Davis as vice chair. Do I hear a second?
I second.
Any discussion? Okay, Madam Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Christopher?
I certify. I say
Yes.
yes. All right, yes.
Ms. O'Beer?
Yes.
Dr. Davis?
Yes.
Dr. Curran?
Yes.
Dr. Crockett?
Yes.
Move now to the next order of business, school board clerk. I nominate Shelley Lipton for the clerk's office for the 26 school year.
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Congratulations, Shelley. At
Thank you.
this point, I move that we accept the meeting dates and times for school board meetings from January 12th, 26 to January 12th, 27.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? At this point, I request a nomination for a school board representative for the Northumberland County Education Association. At this point, we didn't agree on it, but I'm going to put it out in public meetings, see if we want to make a nomination or if anybody wants to accept it. The board remains silent. We will not fill that position. At this point, I'd like to hear a nomination for school board representative for the Northern Neck Technical Center and Governor's STEM Academy.
I move for Dana O'Beer to accept this position.
Second it.
Any discussion?
I accept.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? At this point, I would like to hear a nomination for school board representative for the Northern Neck Alternative Education Program.
I nominate Dana O'Beer.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? At this point, I'd call for a nomination for school board representative for the Chesapeake Bay Governor School.
I nominate Dave Curran.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? At this point, I call for a nomination for school board delegate for the Virginia School Board Association.
I nominate Dr. Cheryl Davis.
I'll second it. Any
Thank you.
discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? So moved. At this point, I request a nomination for school board alternate delegate for the Virginia School Board Association.
I nominate Betty Christopher.
I second.
Any discussion? Betty, you good with that?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Okay, great. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? At this point, we'll move to the Virginia School Board Association Code of Conduct for the school board members. Dr. Crockett, you're up first. So here, you're going to read the first three. As a member of my local school board, I strive to be an advocate for students and to improve public education. And to that end,
I will have integrity in all matters and support the full development of all children and the welfare of the community, Commonwealth, and nation. I will attend board meetings. I will come to board meetings informed concerning the issues under consideration.
I will make policy decisions based on the available facts and appropriate public input. I will delegate authority for the administration of the schools to the superintendent and establish a process for accountability of administrators. I will encourage individual board member expression of opinion and establish an open, two-way communication process with all segments of the community.
I will communicate in accordance with board policies, public reaction and opinion regarding board policies and school programs to the full board and superintendent. I will bring about desired changes through legal and ethical procedures, upholding and enforcing all laws, state regulations, and court orders pertaining to schools. I will refrain from using the board position for personal or partisan gain and avoid any conflict of interest or the appearance of impropriety.
I will respect the confidentiality of privileged information and make no individual decisions or commitments that might compromise the board or administration. I will be informed about current educational issues through individual study and participation in appropriate programs, such as those sponsored by state and national school board associations. I will always remember that the foremost concern of the board is to improve and enhance the teaching and learning experience for all students in the public schools of Virginia.
Therefore, I will always strive to demonstrate appropriate behavior, conduct as a public school board member. Each member of the school board voting to adopt this code should sign the sheet, and that will be one piece of paper which will be sent.
And I'll start it from this end.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, while we're doing that, we're going to go ahead and move on. I'd like a motion to approve the agenda as presented on the board docs.
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, closed meeting action items.
All
Still
right.
here?
From the closed meeting, I move to approve the signature of the MOU with the Boys and Girls Club.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. I move to approve the state convention for the Senior Beta Club on February 13th through the 14th for 22 students.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
I move to approve the list of supplements, new hires, athletic coaches, and volunteers.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed?
I move to approve the following substitute teachers pending background check. Jeff Sailors and Chris Fowler. I believe I'm saying it correct.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So moved.
And I move to approve the resignation of Starling Harris, NHS Social Studies teacher.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So moved.
That's all the items I have from the closed session. Thank you.
Thank you. I need a motion for approval of the minutes from 12/18/25.
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion on the minutes? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So moved. Presentations, Dr. Leslie.
I'm going to invite Miss Ashton for the Teacher of the Year announcements.
Good evening to the board and to our staff members and community members that are present on tonight. I have the privilege of getting to celebrate and introduce and present to others our 25-26 Teachers of the Year from each of our buildings. So I'm going to let each of our building principals introduce our Teachers of the Year, and we do have a token of appreciation that we'd like to present to you. So we'll start with Northumberland Elementary School.
Good evening.
You're giving her flashbacks of walking the halls of the elementary school as a kid.
I would like to introduce Brantley Swift. Brantley is our kindergarten teacher. She attended and graduated from Northumberland County Public School, where she was part of several varsity sports and clubs. After graduating from Northumberland High School, Brantley attended Bridgewater College, where she played and acted as captain on collegiate softball teams and studied elementary education. During her time at Bridgewater, she received several athletic honors, including conference and state honors. Brantley graduated from Bridgewater with her bachelor's of arts degree. After graduating from Bridgewater, Brantley moved back home to the Northern Neck and accepted the position to teach kindergarten at NES. Since being at Northumberland, she has taken on several responsibilities inside and outside of the classroom. These responsibilities include coaching several female sports, acting as lead teacher during her second year of teaching, contributing to the writing kindergarten math curriculum, and also was instrumental with our reading curriculum. She was the acting co-point person to launch the Senior Buddy Program in 24-25, which is active this year, and then in transitioning to the lead point person during the 25-26 school year. I'm just going to tell you a little example of something that Brantley slides into very easily, and that's leadership. The other day, I had a teacher on the back hall in 4th grade. She was struggling with the math concept that she could not teach her kids. They just were not understanding. Brantley found out. She asked if she could teach it during her planning time, and she went over there and she taught the math lesson for that teacher, both working together to see that our children are meeting with success. Brantley's responsible nature and willingness to assist others at any time has stood out. She is an outstanding addition, not only to NES, but to the NCPS family. Congratulations. One of my babies.
On behalf of the Public School, I'd like to express our love for all the hard work that I would just know you.
At this time, I'd like for the Northumberland Middle School principal, Ms. Shelley Lipton, to please come, as well as Ms. Mary Ambrose.
Dear members of the school board, as the principal of Northumberland Middle School, I've had the privilege of witnessing the impact that dedicated educators have on their students. Mary Ambrose exemplifies this commitment in her passion in her role as an 8th grade physical science teacher. Over the years, I have observed her as she engages her students in science through innovative teaching strategies. Her use of hands-on labs and interactive notebooks fosters an environment where students are encouraged to explore and learn actively. Also, her incorporation of fun instructional games has made complex science concepts accessible and enjoyable to all of our students. This greatly enhances her students' understanding and retention of the material because she has to work hard to prepare them for their state SOL assessment for all 3 grade levels at middle school. Mary is not only a remarkable educator, but also has been a leader within our school community for more than 29 years. As a department leader, she collaborates effectively with her colleagues. She shares her best practices. She promotes a culture of continuous improvement. Her leadership extends beyond the classroom. She has taken on the responsibility of co-coaching our golf team, and she's also a wonderful homebound instructor. This all demonstrates her dedication to supporting all students regardless of their circumstances. Her commitment to her students is further exemplified through her organization of student celebrations and student fundraising. She fosters a sense of community and belonging within our school. In conclusion, I want to say thank you for allowing me the time to celebrate our Northumberland Middle School Teacher of the Year, and thank you to Mary Ambrose for your dedication to our students and staff every day. Thank you.
So on behalf of Northumberland County Public Schools, we want to give you this token of our love and appreciation for all of your hard work. And Miss Ambrose also taught me. So we thank you so much.
Thank you.
At this time, we'll have Mr. Jerome Regis and Mr. Rob Edsel. Please come forward.
I told Rob he couldn't hold me like before the other teachers, so. Good evening, honorable school board members. Today it is my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Rob Edsel. He's a dedicated educator with more than 18 years of experience serving students across the Commonwealth of Virginia. He's a proud member of VCU, where he holds his Bachelor of Mathematics and a Master's in Teaching. Currently as a math teacher in Northumberland High School, he brings a wealth of experience from his previous years in teaching middle school. Beyond the classroom, Rob is the cornerstone of the culture and helps lead the math team and students all throughout the day. He serves as the high school PBIS leader, where he supports and leads the Teacher of the Month program and co-sponsors the Mu Alpha Theta Honor Society. His commitment to student success is holistic. His passion for kids is obvious. Whether he's in the weight room telling me how I should work out even harder, helping other different sport students and athletes on their routines, ensuring home games run smoothly by managing the game clocks, Rob is always present for his students and families. He believes that true education is rooted in the community and relationship building, a philosophy he puts into practice, leading students, calling parents, and being innovative in every way he can. He also provides local service projects like building accessibility ramps and assisting neighbors with snow removal. Once again, please help me and join me in celebrating Rob Etzel, our teacher here.
Again, on behalf of Northumberland County Public Schools, Mr. Etzel, we'd like to give you this token of our appreciation and love for all of your hard work and dedication to our students and staff here at Northumberland High School. Thank you so much. Can everyone give a huge round of applause for all the teachers of the year for the 25-26 school?
If I may digress just a little bit, I want to talk about some statistics that I found today. I had Dr. Leslie and HR give me some stats today on our certified teachers. We have in this division, almost 92% of our teachers are content experts. That means they understand the content, they know the content, they know how to apply the content, and they know how to teach the content. So when you're talking about 120 teachers in this division and we have to pick 3, it really exemplifies not only what the fellow teachers think, but we have to think about it on a larger scale, and we have to think about how important it is and what contributions that our teachers are making across the board. For you 3 to be recognized in a field of 120, that's amazing when you think about it. And it's amazing what they think about you and how you present yourself to the students in the community and everything. So I just wanted to just share those statistics with you. We have 92% of our teachers are content experts. And that means this school board's listening to what our teachers have to say. So if we could, I'd like just to stand up and applaud those 3 people. Thank you very much. Your work will not go unrecognized with this board. Academic calendars, Dr. Leslie.
Well, again, Ms. Ashton, our assistant superintendent, is popular this evening. She is going to be presenting to you the academic calendars for the 26-27 school year.
All right, me again. So tonight, board, I do have 2 drafts of a calendar that I'll present to you, and one that was voted on by our staff and our community for the 2026-27 school year. I will begin by saying that surveys went out on Tuesday and they closed on Thursday. And from those results, we had about 51.5% of our votes towards draft 2. I'll present both of them quickly so you can see the very slight differences between the 2. And then I would also go ahead and address some of the feedback that we received from the calendar. Starting with draft 1, the difference here would have been a start date for the school beginning on August 10th and an end on May the 14th. Within the calendar, you will see, of course, our major holidays, our fall breaks, and we also added professional development and teacher work days within the calendar, something that we hadn't had in some time. If we go ahead to draft 2, which was the choice, the option that was voted, was most popular option. That begins with a start date on August 12th, with August 11th being we call it a new beginnings day. That will be for our pre-kindergarten, kindergarten, 6th and 9th grade students that will be beginning their educational career in a new building, new grade. So we wanted to give them that opportunity to get acclimated to the transition, meeting their teachers, the staff, getting to know the building, understanding, how the day-to-day operations are moving with their schedule and those things of that nature. So that was really popular. among the staff and community. Also, this would have an end date of May 18th. Within the calendar, you will see professional development and teacher work days at the end of each of the quarter to provide the teachers with the opportunity to close out those quarter grades and begin the new quarter. That was something that was highly requested that we haven't had in some time. We kept the week holiday for Thanksgiving, same 2-week break for Christmas break. I would like within there to address some of the concerns or some of the feedback that we received from the calendar survey. And the major one was why the early start to school prior to Labor Day? As we all know, the King's Dominion law, where schools had to, some years ago, where we had to start after Labor Day. Well, that was reversed back in 2019, where schools could begin at least 14 days prior to Labor Day. So if you look at our calendar, yes, we are starting more than 14 days prior to Labor Day, and this is because of the Code of Virginia 22.1-79.1. And that is because we have a special approval because our high school drives the instructional calendar. Our high school students attend the Northern Neck Technical Center. So if you notice in section E, if you would go back to that last one, I want to make sure that everyone sees that. It basically tells us, and I'll read it, notwithstanding the provisions of this section or any other provision of law, the school board of any school division from which students attend Northern Neck Technical Center may set the school calendar so that the first day that students are required to attend school is earlier than Labor Day, including earlier than 14 days before Labor Day. So I wanted to make sure that I cleared up that misconception, even though this is not the first year that we started probably earlier than the 14 plus days, but I do think that it's very important that we keep our community informed and make sure everybody understands why the instructional calendar is built the way it is. We want to make sure that there's continuity of instruction for our students that begin the Northern Neck Technical Center early. So that is why we start more than 14 days prior to the Labor Day because of this Virginia code. Please feel free to go to that code and read all of the sections. But I do think that knowledge is power, and it's very important for everyone to understand why we start the way that we do. It's not a personal preference, it is academic. So it's totally based on academics. So tonight, board, I am presenting to you draft 2 for approval for the 2026-2027 academic school year.
I heard you. I would like to make one recommendation to the board that we change the name from the 26-27 school calendar to the 26-27 instructional calendar, because there's a difference.
That's how I have it listed, instructional calendar.
I just want to make sure, it's on the calendars when we print them out.
Yes, sir.
Okay, do I hear a motion to accept calendar number 2? Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion's moved. Next up, financial reports, Dr. Curran.
So we have the monthly check register. We had a number of items that we paid off.
Dr. Kern, can you bring up your mic a little
Yeah,
bit? Just
certainly. Oops, I actually took the mic.
it's misbehaving.
Yes, it is. Hello. So we did get the payments for December out in time. We have a number of items that we were catching up on, including Dominion Power, and some of the software that we use, Amplify, BrainPop, etc. Any questions on the check register? Nope, okay. Go on to the second one, the finance summary. And so we have revenue to date this year. And we're catching up on expenses to date. We still have a payment backlog. It's a little bit less than $200,000. We're trying to get that caught up on. And we should have that done by this week. I know the 25s. 25s are this week. Okay. So we're addressing that. The other thing is that we are working on the W-2s and the 1099 releases. So all 1099s are completed. And we are working on the W-2 process, which we need to work with RDA on. And they have several steps that we have to go through with that W-2 process. One thing we found out within the system that addresses that were used for people when their W-2s didn't necessarily carry over to the W-2 practice printout. So we had to find a way to get those into the system in the right manner so that all W-2s can be released on time. So far, everything is looking good. In terms of the budget process, we've had meetings with most of the school leadership team members. We have one more meeting this week, and all of the directors and principals prepared their budgets and submitted them to us by Friday, with the exception of, I think we have 2 outstanding that we're going to get this week. And then we'll be prepared to have our budget meeting next week, and it will be here. So please come and participate in the budget process. And we see, over the last 90 days that we've been here, we've seen a lot of areas for improvement. So we're rewriting some policies, and those will be coming to you for your review and comment before we take them to the Board of Supervisors. Any questions? All right, we have a new appropriation request. You can scroll down. And that is the actual process that you go through. And in this request, we received some monies for a teacher who passed the National Certified Board teaching and received her certification several years ago, but she gets a stipend on top of that, an award. And so we want to be able to accept the monies that are in the EDI. So if the board can review that and approve it, that would be great. And then I'll be passing that on to the Board of Supervisors Thursday, at the Thursday meeting. Any questions?
Hold on.
Yes.
Do I hear a motion to accept the $2,500 reallocation, I guess, or help me?
It's an award. It's new monies,
What is it?
new monies.
New monies.
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank
Motion
you.
moved. Hold on, you're not off the hook. Anticipation for the W-2s. When do you anticipate that we're going to be able to get them all out correctly? By the end of the month? Or?
Yes, definitely by the end of the month. We have already have a timeline set. So we have a practice run the week before, and we'll be releasing them on exactly at the end of the month.
I know this is the budget process for the county, but it's also the budget process for the school. I just want to make sure that it's going to be recorded and people can have the ability to dial in like they do with these meetings, because I think it's important to have the public's input.
Absolutely. Marcia, we're good with that, right? Yeah.
We're good to go?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're good to go on that.
I just want to make sure everybody's involved in the process. Thank you.
I just have one more comment, being a former teacher, I'm just so proud that we have somebody who is on the national certification of teaching. And it's just something that we think we should promote. And, those of you who are teachers now, those of you that are pursuing that national board certification.
That's several, correct? We have
I
several
commend you.
teachers.
We have one. 2 of them moved out of the county.
Yeah, Diana Russell, correct? She's a
I didn't have her on my
certified,
list.
board certified.
Okay. Well, then we have 2. This is awesome.
Yes.
It's even better. And I know that Fairfax County has 242, but they have 15,507 teachers. So we are in the same percentage as a big school district of Fairfax County, and we should
We
be
have
darn
to.
proud. And so I think we need to promote that.
We will.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions for me? Oh, yes, we didn't do the revenue. And the revenue report as listed, and I know you've received that online earlier, but any questions about the revenue report?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So when you're presenting these reports, all of the funding mechanisms and all of the budgetary items are represented accurately in this report, correct?
Yes, to the best of my knowledge, yes.
Okay.
But what I think Dr. Pika and I would like to do is be able to present to each one of the principals their own document on what their expenditures were on a monthly basis.
Karen, Dr. Pico.
Here she comes.
Dr. Pika.
So what do you mean by presented accurately? Because what I can say is, I'm still not 100% confident that this system is doing what it needs to do. So for example, it was yesterday, anyway, it doesn't matter. We had done a fund transfer from one account to the next. The journal entry's there. It was there a couple months ago. It's not there now. The revenue report that you have that's going to keep going up because we're starting to book more revenue, but sometimes things aren't hitting. And so today we had to go to RDA to ask what we thought was a pretty simple question in terms of how stuff's being recorded. So there's still some things going on that even the RDA team has to take some time to get back to us and figure out why it's happening.
And that's why I asked the question, because I think it's really important for people to understand that the RDA system is complicated, it's laborious, and these are the things that we're finding out. So that's why I think it's our responsibility to make sure. I'm not saying accurate in terms of 100% correct. I'm just saying 100% correct as we know it today, because there are so many variables that we're finding out about as we go through this process. I just want to make sure that we're operating with that notion.
Thursday, we found an account we didn't know had money in it. Money's being expended out of this account over here because this one's not showing up on the chart of accounts. So we're still in a position where we have to keep a manual checkbook. So everyone here has seen the number of lines that are in that chart of account. So this week or next week, I have to go through, once we get the third quarter deposits in, we have to go through and reconcile, if you will, our checkbook with the RDA system. Because the transfers that we've been doing that I know we've done because we've gone to the Board of Supervisors to ask permission to do them. And I can see that the journal entries have been made and posted are still not showing up in RDA as an active entry. And it's completely illogical, We followed all the steps that need to be. So the accounts payable, Demetrius has to go over and sometimes walk through, but it has to be the RDA people that fix it. So we're still in a position where I'm not confident, which I can't give Dr. Curran, if you will, a full status of funds because we have to keep this manual checkbook, which then doesn't match back. So unfortunately, if you're in the school system and you're a principal or a bookkeeper, you can go into RDA and see what your balance is. We still have to give you the checkbook so you can see what we're showing the balance as. And the two aren't always matching.
But as you demonstrated tonight, they're not matching. And this is what people need to understand. Like it's much more complicated than meets the eye. And when the finance team and the building principals are working together, the building principals may have one idea of how much money is in the account. And as you demonstrated, that may not necessarily be the case. So we have to operate cautiously as we move forward. And that's the whole point of me asking that question. So,
but the good news is, because there's always an optimistic side to everything. The good news is we're able to see some of these things where we couldn't before because we've caught up on a lot of the bill payments. So we're getting in a regular routine on the bill payments. We're getting in a regular routine. Dr. Leslie sent out guidance, I guess we'll call it, to all the schools we're getting in a regular routine of this is exactly the process that you will follow for purchase request. We're going to start processing those on Wednesdays. So we have a routine that we get in the business of following. Invoices are the same way. You need verification. So rather than playing the catch up that we're doing or the immediate, I need this tomorrow, we're doing some planning and we're already looking at what's going to need to be spent for the remainder of the year, because by 1 April, we would like to have a solid understanding of what's left to spend in the fourth quarter. Not only what's available to spend in terms of dollars, but what the needs are, because we don't want a mismatch in that respect.
Can you repeat what you told the Board of Supervisors, just in case somebody wasn't at the meeting, about reconciliation and finances that you're finding? I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page.
What did I say? I'm sorry, about reconciliation and finances on which part?
On your part and where you are and what you guys are finding.
Oh, the mismatch. So
Yeah.
we have reconciled through November 30th on the revenue side with the county. So we're now in a position where the county and the school reconcile on revenue, which is a pretty big deal. I don't want to overlook that because that hasn't been done in over a year. That's what's allowing us to post the revenue. And what we're finding on the expense side is we're not reconciled. We have expenses hitting out of accounts that have no funding. We have to make all those entries to correct that. And just today, we learned that we have expenses that are booked in our system that were electronically transferred. According to us, they've been electronic payments that were electronically transferred to vendors. They never went out. We don't know why. So now we've got to do that reconciliation. So like I was saying, we have salaries being paid out of this account for which there's no money. And we have to move the money into those accounts to pay them. So there's a lot of mismatch that's happening. Again, the good news is we're finding it. Part of the reason we're finding it is because of the detailed analysis we're doing on the budgeting side. We've got a little bit to go in terms of reconciliation. I'm pleased that we can actually give you that information tonight.
Right, and we're meeting next week with the treasurer's office to do a reconciliation of expenditures. I mean, that's over a year.
So I noticed too on the expense report, and I just perused it quickly, but Old Dominion
Old Dominion or Dominion Power?
Dominion Power, sorry. Dominion Power. It looks like we had one big large payment and then two or three smaller payments. Have we been able to consolidate that billing yet?
No, we've not been able to consolidate the billing, but what we have done, we've given them one check. So we give them one check that has a whole bunch of invoices listed on it. We actually pull the little tab from all the electric bills, put the amount that we're paying on it and put it in an envelope to send to them. So we're still working with Dominion to try to figure out how we can improve this process. But no, we haven't gotten around to putting together one account yet because we're just paying the bill.
So
Sorry.
So I don't want to speak on behalf of the board, but I think it's important for when both of you come up here to tell us the challenges that you're having so we can understand the problem, because this is really valuable information and I think the public really needs to know it. I'm sure you're reconciling the best that you can, but there's a lot of challenges that we need to overcome in the next 6 months for sure, so that we can get things right. So we're obviously heading down the right path now, but I just want to make sure that, I don't want it to be a complaint session, but I just want it to be, public knowledge is important. And I just want to make sure that you can tell us all the glories too, but the challenges are important too, because those are the things that we need to fix.
So on that note, it was very clear in the survey results that we got from both internal faculty and staff in the community that they wanted more transparency into the budget, the process, and what's happening. So next week on the 21st, we intend to walk through the steps that we took to get to this version of the budget we have now, what's next, and then a little bit of explanation. I don't know if it's going to be as detailed as what Dr. Delza did last year because we're not there yet in terms of the final, but we want to share as much information as possible because transparency and sharing information and communicating was probably the biggest piece of feedback we got in the budget survey. So we're planning on doing that next week. And the information will be, the goal is to try to get all the information posted by Monday. And at least then folks have a couple days to review. I'd like to get it posted sooner if we can, but sorry, but when things like come up today, like came up with those payments not going out, it completely pulls you off of what you're working on. But you got to address it because we had all these payments that we thought went out in September that we can't find.
Gotcha. Anybody have anything from the board? Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I move approval for the check register of the school financial revenue expenditure report as presented.
I hear a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Donations?
So we have a number of donations to present this evening. I won't read through, well, yes, I will, because we're so thankful for them.
Yeah.
Got some winter coats for NES from anonymous donation, goodie bags for our Indian of the Month, which was held this past Friday, which was awesome. Also anonymous NHS beta donation for the high school, which was anonymous. Pretty Little Market LLC donating $145 to NHS junior class. Another anonymous donation for NHS boys basketball. And Jazz for Justice making a donation to NHS music department for $500. There's one more that I didn't make this list, which was the t-shirts and the cutting boards received by our teachers of the year for each level were also donated to us. And that was also an anonymous donation, the value about $150 to $200. So we're very thankful to our generous donors.
Do I hear a motion to accept the donations as presented?
So moved.
I hear a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion moves. Superintendent's report.
All right, good evening. So my report is quite short this evening, and then I will call on just a couple of directors to keep it moving. First, welcome back. This is our first week back. No, it's not. It's our second week back after break. Time flies when you're having fun. We do get a day off on January 19th. So just a reminder that schools and offices will be closed on that day for observance of Martin Luther King Day. I know we got to meet our teacher of the year for each level. We will have a division level teacher of the year. I know that they met and did some interviews today. So we'll have that announcement at the February meeting for the school board. So that is very exciting. On the end of business, if you had watched the Board of Supervisors meeting this past Thursday, this coming Thursday, January the 15th, so just a couple of days from now, there will be a joint board meeting between the school board and Northumberland County Board of Supervisors. So tune in or come by. So just wanted to plug that. And then finally, rotating directors reports. We will always have the directors and principals reports posted in the school board as we always do. However, because it's nice to highlight, I have asked the directors to be on a rotating schedule so that we have someone to listen to some highlights from each week, if not very long. So Miss Lee got the prize this month. So she's going to give us her report on HR. However, I am also going to ask when she is finished, Mr. Kellen, to come up and give us a brief update on the well that he's been working, Kellen Hardcastle, to work on the well that he's been working so hard on. So thank you, Miss Lee.
Good evening, everyone, and congratulations to our new chair and our new vice chair. First, I want to say, I didn't put this in my report, but I want to thank Dr. Pika. Her and I sat down to go over my budget. Human Resources has not had a budget, so I am thankful for you for your help. So thank you for that. And I'm excited about having a budget. I'm not going to read the whole entire report here. I'm just going to go over some staffing overviews here. We have one resignation, And we have current vacancies, 5 classroom teachers, 1 assistant principal, 7 coaches, and 1 middle school finance secretary position that is open. We are still conducting exit interviews after each person has decided to either resign or retire. HR communication updates, the employee intent forms have been distributed to all of the employees here. And we're getting quite a number back, and a lot of people have decided they want to continue to work here so far. So I'm excited about that. Let's see here. I've released the first HR newsletter, which a lot of people thank me. It gave some great information and feedback in there as for what to look out for, some health and wellness. I spotlighted our finance team that is working with us. Many of the people here still do not know who our finance team is. So I made sure their pictures were included in our newsletter so they could see the amazing things that are happening at the school board office. We have some licensure updates. We do have currently several staff that are working towards getting either their provisional or finishing up some coursework to get their full Virginia license. And we do have some staff that have taken their praxis, and we congratulate them. I congratulated them in their last board meeting for passing their praxis. So we're excited about their new adventure to add either an endorsement to their area or to be fully certified. We're still conducting our mid-year evaluations through our talent ed with Mrs. Ashton. Let's see here, what else? And coming up in February, what I would like to work on is trying to do, I'm auditing files right now and trying to clean up some things that are in our files. So that's one of my tasks. It's a big task because I'm finding a lot of things in there that we just need to make some corrections with. So that's what's going on in the HR department. Does anybody have any questions?
I just had a comment. I'm going to piggyback on HR because one of the board members had made a comment about some of the emails that were sent around through some of the teachers and how amazing our teaching staff really is and how they have been so willing these past couple months with the super flu here in Virginia to really just help each other out. And I had wanted to put that in my SUPS report and I missed it. But since they really are a human resource, I just wanted to take the opportunity to thank them and say, the school board specifically notices how dedicated you are and just how much we all appreciate all of you. So wanted to hop that in.
And we look at those emails and we noticed that 9 teachers jumped right on the opportunity to help another teacher who was going to be missing. The shout out came immediately. There were 9 responses. I can help. And these teachers knew they were doing this without remuneration. They were losing their planning or their lunch. And we all saw that and are very, very, very impressed. We are watching.
Yes.
And we are very impressed with what our teachers are doing and volunteering their time. You know, thank you so much, teachers. This is a big shout out and applause to you. Thank you.
It's even more than that. It's teachers are saying, I have students, but you can bring them to my room. Like that's a holistic way of looking and solving a problem. And we want to be very positive about our teachers and what they're doing because we really want to recognize like they really are stepping up and helping each other, which is going to make our division a so much more effective division. But it starts, you know, where the rubber hits the road, and that's where the teachers are. And we are very appreciative of all of our teachers. All of our highly qualified teachers, don't let me leave that out. It's very important that you be recognized for what you know. So it's a big picture, and everybody on this board reads the emails. I read them every day. If they come to me, I read them. So you know, it's a really big thing. So I just wanted to say thank you once again.
All right.
Thank you for your work.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
And Mr. Hardcastle, I think he had a couple of quick updates about our well project. Just wanted to make sure he had a few minutes to address the board.
You're going to have to grab the mic. You're too tall.
I always do. I always have to. All righty. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me. I just wanted to provide a couple of quick updates. I'll be in and out. The first one is about the Stan Tech well assessment. We've been working on it for a while now. And to keep things as brief as possible, we had a engineering consulting firm come and do an assessment of our high school and middle school well here, and also our elementary school well, just to make sure that with the upcoming project we're about to take on, we actually have the capability to do so. This was a very much needed project that probably would not have been capable of us moving to the next step had we not have done this, especially in maybe the DEQ's eyes, VDH's eyes. So the fact that we've got this knocked out is very, very good. The actual assessment itself came back well as well. The Stan Tech company, they decided that, you know, the high school well does have the capacity that we were hoping for, and we are able to move on to the next phase as long as we are able to find essentially a code meeting strategy that also complies with the regulations that VDH and ODW and DEQ have already set in place. So that is the first thing that I wanted to say. We received the deliverable. It's attached to my director's report, so everybody should be able to read it themselves as well. After that, and this is the director's report, or this is the actual evaluation itself. It's got a lot of complicated numbers. It would be very hard for me to go through and explain everything. Reading it itself was hard enough. And then also the second part that I wanted to bring up, the elementary school, we were able to get an upgrade to the elementary school door, and this school door that has been needing an upgrade for a while, was requested a few months back, and this door actually increases a lot of security for the building. It actually allows us to, instead of allowing people to walk from the actual main office into the building without being buzzed in, they have to be buzzed in from now on. So people can't walk in whenever they want to, but if you're in the building, you are allowed to come into the office. And so that helps a lot with security. And then moving on, the next thing that I wanted to bring up to you guys was the expiring contract that we have so far with Honeywell. So our HVAC contract with Honeywell expires this month, and they had already agreed to continue working with us until we were able to get a renewal for this contract or start a new contract with another HVAC company. I do believe in the previous couple of years, the person in my position, they brought the contract up and wanted to give you all some time to look over it and have a chance to make a decision for your own. So that's also what I've done. I've included the contract here. I actually just got it today. I had a meeting with Honeywell this morning. Joyce is a great lady. She came by, brought the contract, and she made a couple of adjustments while we were having the meeting. The biggest adjustment that is probably the most notable is something called Forge. And Forge is actually what allows us to have 24/7 monitoring of any abnormalities within our HVAC systems. We haven't had that before because when we initially got the HVAC units installed, it was left out and it hadn't been taken care of until now. So they gave it to us for free. They're going to give it 1 year to just see if we like it. Whereas, you know, we would have had to pay out of pocket for this any other time. So that's great. Just want to thank Honeywell for that. And on top of that, we are needing to decide whether or not we want to go with a 3-year plan or a 5-year plan. So is this more likely something we need to make a decision on at a later time? Absolutely, right? But I wanted to bring it to you guys so that we could have the information here. And like I said, I'm bringing it the day that I grab it. And I hope that if you guys have any other questions, you know, I can try to answer them to the best of my ability. But I do think that's everything.
I have one question about the contract for Honeywell.
Yes.
Have you talked to the finance team about how that's going to affect the budget?
The money was already budgeted in. There's an entire line for this contract that's already been approved. The money's already there, unless it's not to my knowledge. But that being said, at the beginning of the school year, when I was told to check all of the accounts and make sure the money was there, I did do that, and I have not seen any abnormalities in that sense. So no.
It tells me the system's working right now. That's good.
That's the quote of the day. The money's actually there unless it's not.
Unless it's not. Everything has been looking pretty normal on my side so far.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions? Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for having me.
Anybody else?
That concludes the presentations that we had under the superintendent's report, unless there are other questions.
Not at this time. There is one other board document that we need to look at. That's 22.23708.3. Meetings held through electronic communication means situations other than declared states of emergencies. State statute that I just read requires us as a board of supervisors, and any public entity to take a vote on accepting the policy as it's written in our policy manual. It's required by statute to vote on it every year. So do I have a motion to approve our policy manual regarding 2.2-3708.3?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? And the motion moves. This time I'm going to move to public comments. Public comments are limited to 3 minutes. I'm going to just cite a little mantra here. Say what you mean what you say, but don't be mean about how you say it. Do we have anybody listed, Shelley? No? Anybody online, sir?
Yes, we have one for everyone else. When your time comes, press *9 if you're on a touch tone phone to raise your hand, or go to react and then raise your hand. At that point, we'll give you directions how to do it. We have someone here now. I'm going to ask you to unmute, Cutter.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I would interested in knowing any update on finding a bookkeeper for the middle school. I noticed in Latasha's report, it said that was a position that's still not fulfilled.
You want to address it?
So that position has been approved, and we'll be meeting with the finance department. The intention is hopefully that we'll be able to move forward with that immediately.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have any other questions? Any other comments? Anyone else online, sir, wants to speak?
That's *9 on a touch tone phone to raise your hand, or on a computer or a smartphone, hit react, and then you'll see the hand icon.
Silence is deafening.
It's very loud. Looks like no other comments.
Okay, at this time, we'll move on to board member comments.
So the Northern Neck Tech Center, we have not met since our last meeting. The next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, January 27th. And now that I'm a representative back on the board, I will report at our February meeting.
Anybody else have comments? Would you like to speak?
Yes. I would like to say thank you, District 3, the general public, for allowing me the opportunity and placing your confidence and trust in me. Thank you, board members, for a productive, beautiful first meeting. I want to also say thank you to one of the younger supporters as I was going through this process, who was here tonight, who has left tonight, and that is Amari Stokes. I also want to say thank you to my family, my faith community, and most importantly, to God as we move forward together.
Amen.
Perfect segue into what I was going to say. I would like to make a motion that this school board formally adopts our mantra of forward together. I would request that all of the mantras be placed on all documentation that's being produced by the school division so that we can move forward together and we're going to live by what we mean. So do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Just
All those in
like we
favor?
work together as a board, a whole board, not
Correct.
individuals. Thank you.
And I would like to just piggyback on that. It's more than just the schools. It's the counties, it's the county's employees, it's the sheriff's department, social services, DOT, it's everybody. We have to do this together. So
Call the
all those in
vote.
favor,
Aye.
say aye.
Aye.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion's moved. The second thing I'd like to comment on tonight is this school board. We are working diligently to provide a very transparent school board. We are willing to work with whoever we need to work with in terms of supporting. I just want to regress for a little bit. It's been a rough year. It's been a rough 2 years. We're moving forward. The buck stops at the school board. When people make comments about the schools overspent the budget, the schools did this, the schools did that. What's that? We have to understand the effect that that has on the teachers, the custodians, and all of the people that come to work every day and work hard. And we have to get away from that type of thinking. This is going to be a very positive year. We're going to accentuate all our wins. We are going to talk about the difficulties we have, but there's not going to be any blame. And we have to get away from that way of thinking. We have to work diligently with the Board of Supervisors. We have to work diligently in our budget. But we have to support all those people that come to work every day. And it's really, really important. So I would ask that everybody in the county also adopts the mantra that we're going to move forward together and we're going to work together. And if you're going to fix something, you don't blame people. You fix it. You identify the problem, you identify all the elements of the problem, and then you solve the problem. I believe that's what's happening in this division. I believe that's what's happening in this county. I see a lot of positive things. We're moving forward positively. And so I would just ask that everybody have a little bit of patience, but we're here to support you 100%. Anybody have any questions of me? You can come up and ask me right now. So with that being said, I sit on the board chair. I take full responsibility for the board. I take full responsibility for what the board does or doesn't do. And if you're going to blame anybody from today forward, you can blame me. I take full responsibility. That's what leadership is. That's why you have a school board. We're here to lead. And how do we lead? We lead by example, and we lead by holding people responsible and accountable. And that's what we're going to do. And you can hold me responsible and you can hold me accountable. I'll take it on. For as long as I sit in this chair as the board, you can blame me.
That's good. That's good. That's excellent. That's good.
So I just wanted to get out there, get above it. I am going to be actively involved in all components of the school. there's a statute. And our clerk is going to post the statute on what the duties and responsibilities of this board are. There are 15 of them. We will make sure that we carry out all 15 of them. So I just want to say that statute number, if I can think of it here, 22.1-79, the powers and duties of the school board. It will be posted on our website. You are to hold us accountable for those things. That's your job. That's the county's job. That's the people in Northumberland's job. Hold us accountable. That's all I have to say. I just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I want to thank our schools for working diligently and working hard and being the content experts that you really are. It really means a lot. We're going to rely heavily on your knowledge. If you think about it, we probably have $20 million in education. If you add up all the education that we have in this division, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of knowledge. That's a lot of IQ points. We're gonna lean on it. So I just want to reassure everybody, we're heading in a positive direction and we're not looking back ever again. We're looking forward. We're going to make this division. My goal, my personal goal, is to improve student learning, student outcomes, and take responsibility for what happens in this division. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much. At this point, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? I didn't think so. And this meeting is adjourned.